Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another Warzone video. Hope you guys are having a good day or night wherever you are in the world. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the STG. This gun recently got a buff due to the latest weapon balancing update and is a super viable option right now in Warzone. The STG is really good at mid to long range and has a very good time to kill compared to the other guns. So what we are going to do today is look at the best attachments and test them out. I will give you my recommendations to make sure you have the best optimal build, or at least give you a few options so you can cater it to your playstyle. Remember to like the video if you found value throughout today's episode. Sub to the YouTube channel for more Warzone content. I make a lot of Loadout and Warzone guides. Also check me out on Twitch at AndosGaming TV. If you are interested in supporting the channel, please come check out my merch at AndosGaming.com. With the intro out of the way, let's begin. Alright, let's begin with the muzzle. I did a bit of research on this one. I think the best two options are the MX silencer and the Mercury silencer. It's super important to keep yourself off the map with these two attachments. This just gives you the ability to wipe squads with the element of surprise. So the Mercury has better recoil control and you get faster ADS speeds. The MX silencer has better accuracy at longer ranges. I tested both recoil patterns and it looks like the Mercury silencer does have better recoil pattern to help you hit more shots. When it comes to accuracy, bloom has been removed from the game. Warzone was like, I saw what they did with Battlefield 2042 with the whole bloom situation, so Activision were like, we're not having that. We want our players to hit their shots. It's probably a good thing in my opinion. So when it comes to accuracy, weapon bloom has been removed anyway. So saying that, I would go with the Mercury silencer. You get faster ADS, better recoil patterns to help you hit your shots more. For the Underbarrel, we have the hand stop and the carver foregrip. I tested both Underbarrel's recoil pattern, as you can see. With the fine comb, I found the hand stop to be a tiny bit better. To me, it had less visual recoil and reduced horizontal recoil as well. So for the Underbarrel, I will go with the hand stop. However, this one is pretty close. You can also go with the carver foregrip and you shouldn't have any issues at all. For the barrel, there's only one viable option here. 100% go with the VDD 760mm barrel. Helps with the damage range and recoil control. Make sure to select this one for the barrel. While I was testing this build, I actually had this one incorrect. I was using the 50 round mag for a little while and it felt strange. It didn't really hit super hard at long ranges. Well, it's because when you use the 50 round mag, the damage gets nerfed at range. Even though you get all those other bonuses like recoil control, ADS and fire rate, there's a drop off in damage. If you're using this gun mid to long range, which should be your primary focus for this gun, I would recommend going for the 60 round drum. You get an extra 10 rounds and no damage nerf to your gun. This just means the TTK is at its best, even at mid to long range. Ammunition, I would recommend going with lengthen. This gun is best at range with its mobility. Having the extra bullet velocity will help you hit your shots and improve your TTK. For the root grip, this is personal preference depending on your playstyle. Generally, for mid to long range weapons, I like to have something to help with the recoil. I recommend going with the polymer grip. I did some testing as well, and this one seems to be the best out of the root grips to help with the recoil pattern. This is where a lot of people are going wrong. Everyone is using Vital thinking that this perk will improve your TTK for the STG. However, according to calculations done by True Game Data, the additional damage still requires the same amount of bullets to kill the enemy. Mathematically, the small damage increase still requires for you to shoot the same amount of bullets for the STG, so the perk does look cool on paper, but doesn't make much of a difference. I recommend going with one of the other perks, as Vital can affect your recoil as well, making it harder for you to control your gun. For me, I use sleight of hand for a quicker reload so I can play aggressive and not waste too much time reloading. For perk 2, I just go fully loaded. The perk is super useful for ARs. I highly recommend this one, but this one's personal preference really. For the optic, I go with the 2.5. Again, find an optic that works for you. It really is personal preference. I like the 2.5 scope. This is where it gets interesting. It's really between the precision and the weighted stock. For my initial testing, it seemed like the weighted stock was better. It had better vertical recoil control and it seemed like the better option. However, testing my final build, it didn't feel right. There was still a lot of bounce to the gun, a lot of left to right recoil that I couldn't control. It seems strange because a lot of people were going with the weighted stock, so I decided to test this theory again. So this time I changed it up a bit and controlled the recoil. So I tested the stocks again and I noticed for me, less horizontal recoil was a bit better. I was able to keep my bullet spread tighter. As you can see with the testing of both stocks while controlling the recoil, the weighted stock had a bit more spread. Mind you, I'm doing my best to keep the bullet spread to a minimum. However, if you look at the precision stock with less horizontal recoil, it was easier for me to control. I did the test again just to make sure and the precision stock was easier to control. It's minimal, but I do notice it when I shoot the gun. After some further testing on live enemies, I would recommend the precision stock over the weighted. It just felt easier to control with the reduced bullet spread and the random left to right bounce. One last thing I would recommend doing before using this gun is smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm, subbing to the YouTube channel to join the team, and check me out on Twitch so we can be best friends. The STG is probably one of the best ARs at the moment. I highly recommend you use it. Well, that is it for today's episode. After hours of testing and researching, this is the recommended build for the STG. If you have any other weapons you want to recommend or want me to test, please leave a comment below. Anyways, I wish you guys all the best and good luck on the Warzone.